What up, Bills Mafia? Buffalo motivated here, talking about the Leslie Frazier taking a year off topic today. Please go ahead, push that like button, and subscribe. It doesn't cost you guys anything at all, but it means it does a ton for me. Now, right off the bat, I know a lot of you guys are thrilled that Leslie Frazier just left. He didn't have to be fired. He didn't have to have a shitty season to get fired. All of a sudden, you just basically got your gift, and Leslie Frazier is no more. So what Leslie Frazier is doing? What happened is, according to Brandon Bean, Frazier took a week off, went on vacation with his family, and during that week, he came to the conclusion that he didn't want to retire, but he wanted to take a little break. I mean, I can't blame him. The guy is 63 years old and he's been grinding in the NFL for a long time. He's been trying to become a head coach and he keeps getting shot down. And the way he was just outwitted versus Cincinnati Bengals, I think that just felt like a gut punch. And there's also a little bit of conspiracy theory in here, if you ask me. Brandon Bean and Sean McDermott have this family type of culture. And it's cost us. We have kept players that we could have moved on from just because we like them so much. Isaiah McKenzie is one. Ken Dorsey as offensive coordinator is another one. And this Leslie Frazier incident, it makes me think that they wanted to fire Leslie Frazier. Sean McDermott wants to take the helm, but they don't want to disrespect Leslie Frazier like that and leave him fired. So they kind of gave him a little push, nudge, nudge. How about you take a year off and we'll see how it goes in the game? And Coach McDermott is basically just, while the game's going on, basically a glorified challenge flag thrower and timeout caller. And Leslie Frazier is running the defense. And he doesn't really want to step on toes the entire game because that causes problems. So I think that we're in a new era. We keep hearing that the Bills need an offensive minded head coach. And I think Sean McDermott hears that. And so he's like, oh, we need an offensive minded head coach. Let me show you what a defensive minded head coach can get you. How about I take control of the goddamn defense? And then let's see. You know what? A defensive minded head coach who's calling defensive plays is more valuable than an offensive play calling head coach. I think that's the story behind this mainly. And for one, I'm super excited about it, thrilled about it. Like, I want Ken Dorsey gone. I was cool if Leslie Frazier stayed. But Leslie Frazier gone? That's cool. New brains in the building, new ideas, new schemes, new thoughts, new challenges. So when Coach McDermott starts taking over, bet on it being a more aggressive defense. Ron Rivera, which used to be the head coach of the Panthers, when Sean McDermott was the defensive coordinator for them and they went to Super Bowl and they were badass, he was asked, so what do you think about Sean McDermott maybe becoming the defensive coordinator as well as the head coach for the Buffalo Bills? Ron Rivera said, damn, Sean McDermott is one hell of a play caller. He's very aggressive. And that is music to my ears. Our defense has been in the top 5 the last 5-6 years, which is phenomenal. Great job. Good job, Leslie Frazier. The problem is we're doing that versus middle of the road teams and bad teams in the regular season. And then when it comes playoff time, we're getting smoked because we're not very aggressive and we are very vanilla. But with Sean McDermott getting his chops as DC, coming in as head coach because he was so damn good at it, put him in the controls of calling those plays. Super stoked about this. It's going to rejuvenate Sean McDermott. It's going to give us a more aggressive defense. It's going to be more creative defense. And I think it's going to put a lot of wind in the sails of the entire organization. Because if somebody's been there, Leslie Frazier's been there 6 years, so you're hearing the same message over and over and over, it can get tired. And if you ever heard Leslie Frazier speak, the dude sounds like a sloth. He is not. I mean, he's just even killed 100% of the time. I mean, apparently he's a great leader. All the players talk a lot of great things about him, but I've heard him do a press conference and I want to fall asleep. So I think Sean McDermott jumping up in there, putting in more creative schemes, more blitz packages, actually throwing the dice to see what we can do, setting up defensive plays, 1, 2, 3, 4 plays ahead, and being more aggressive is going to be great for these Buffalo Bills next year. And I know a lot of y'all wanted this to happen anyways. Well, with that, thank you guys for being here. This is Buffalo Motivated. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to start be covering the draft, the receivers that we're going to be looking at, and the offseason news. It's going to be a good one. I am out of here. Go Bills.